Okay, so picture a place where for months on end, the sun just doesn't set. A world painted almost entirely in white and blue. That's where we're going today. We're about to spend 24 hours in one of the most extreme and honestly, one of the most incredible places on Earth, the Arctic.
This quote just nails it. An icy, remote land at the very top of the world. It's a place that runs on a totally different schedule, one that's governed by ice and cold, not by the hands of a clock. Just take a look at this. It's this huge, frozen world that just seems to go on forever. It's beautiful, for sure, but it is unbelievably harsh. For every single creature that calls this place home, life is a constant fight against the elements.
And here's the first big surprise about the Arctic. You'd think, with all that ice, it's gotta be wet, right? Well, nope. It's actually a giant frozen ocean, but the air is so cold it can barely hold any moisture. So believe it or not, it's as dry as a desert. A frozen desert, yeah, that's a tough one to wrap your head around. See, because of the way our planet tilts, the seasons here are extreme. We're talking months of total daylight in the summer and months of complete darkness in the winter. We're dropping in during April, which is this really cool in-between time where the sun technically never sets. It just circles the horizon all day and all night. So our 24-hour clock is officially starting right now. Let's see what happens as the Arctic day gets going. Okay, it's 6 in the morning. The light's getting stronger, but it never really got dark. It was more like a long, drawn-out twilight. In a world with constant light like this, that whole 24-hour cycle of eating and sleeping that we're used to, it just doesn't apply. Life here is on a completely different timetable. And the very first thing we see is new life. This little guy is a newborn harp seal pup. They call him white coats, and you can see why. Born right here on the ice, it's 100% dependent on its mom to survive in this unbelievably tough environment. These pups are born in these massive, icy nurseries they call whelping patches. And to make it, they have to get fat, fast. Their mother's milk is over 50% fat. That's 10 times richer than cow's milk. It helps them pack on pounds of blubber every single day. So how does a mom find her specific pup in a crowd of thousands? It's simple and kind of sweet. Just a gentle touch of the nose. Now that brilliant white coat isn't just for looking cute. It is a critical piece of survival gear. In a world this white, blending in is absolutely everything. Camouflage is key, whether you're trying to avoid being lunch or you're trying to find it. And this is where nature just gets so incredibly clever. Take the ermine. Its white winter coat makes it practically invisible in the snow. But it has this one little detail that seems like a huge mistake, a single black spot on the tip of its tail. But get this, it's not a mistake. It's a decoy. When a predator, like a bird, swoops down, what do you think it aims for? That black dot. It gives the ermine just a split second to get away. It's a life-saving trick. Okay, as we head toward midday, the Arctic really starts to come alive. The hustle for survival is hitting its peak, both on the ice and in the water. And of course, you can't really talk about the Arctic without talking about its undisputed king, the polar bear. This is the largest land predator on the entire planet, and absolutely everything about it is built to dominate this frozen kingdom. I mean, they're incredible swimmers, totally at home in that freezing water for hours at a time. Their paws are even partially webbed, like powerful paddles. But their real secret weapon is what's underneath all that fur, a thick layer of blubber, sometimes over 4 inches thick, that acts as the perfect insulation against that brutal cold. And look who shows up next, another Arctic giant, the walrus. Those amazing tusks, they are not just for looks. They're like a multi-tool. They're used for fighting, sure, but they also work like ice picks, helping them haul their massive bodies right out of the water and onto the ice. It's another one of those fantastic Arctic contrasts. On the ice, a walrus can look pretty awkward, almost clumsy. But the second they slip back into the water, where they spend most of their time, they completely transform. They become these graceful, unbelievably agile swimmers. Now, over on the land, the scene is dominated by these huge migrating herds of caribou. You might know them as reindeer. They're actually the most common large mammal up here, and they are always on the move. Their secret for getting around? Their coat is made of special hollow hairs that trap air. It's not just for warmth, it also helps them float when they have to cross all those icy rivers. All right, as evening starts to set in, the light in the Arctic gets softer, painting everything in these incredible shades of gold and pink. But for the animals here, the day's work, the hunt, is nowhere near done. And just like that, it's 6 p.m. The sun is low in the sky now, casting these long, dramatic shadows all across the ice. For the hunters of the Arctic, this is golden hour. This is a time of real opportunity. And you'd be hard-pressed to find a hunter more resourceful than the Arctic fox. These guys are the ultimate opportunists. They're constantly searching for their next meal, whether it's a small bird, leftovers from a polar bear kill, or a lemming they can hear scurrying deep under the snow. Its whole body is just a masterpiece of staying warm. If you compare it to foxes from warmer places, you'll see the Arctic fox has shorter legs, shorter ears, and a shorter snout. It's really just simple physics. A more compact, rounder body means less skin exposed to the cold, which helps it hold on to every single bit of precious body heat. Well, our 24-hour journey is coming to a close. But in the Arctic, there aren't really any endings. There's just this continuous, unending cycle. Up here, life really never sleeps. So, after spending a day here, what have we learned? What's the secret recipe for surviving in the Arctic? Well, first, you need the ultimate insulation. We're talking thick fur and lots of blubber. Second, you have to be a master of disguise. Camouflage is everything. Third, you need special tools like tusks or super sharp senses. And finally, you have to be an opportunist, because out here, you can't afford to waste a single chance at a meal. For thousands and thousands of years, these animals have perfected the art of living in a world of ice. But that world is now changing faster than ever before. The ice is melting. The rules of the game are literally being rewritten. And that leaves us with one final, really important question. As their entire world warms up, how will the incredible inhabitants of the Arctic adapt to their next 24 hours?